As far as I think the customer needs, one of the things that they're looking for is a way to make their business easier. When it comes to executing on the needs of their clients, there's a lot of competition that's going on, especially as it relates to local TV, local radio, and as you've got new players that are coming in, they're looking for solutions to be able to compete up against them, as well as some of the big fish, the Facebooks of the world, Google, and how do they handle those? How do they execute on them in their own companies, and I guess at the end of the day make sure that they're meeting what their client needs are so that their needs as a company are met. What we can certainly see is that as the marketplace is actually getting, let's call it fragmented, more complicated, there's always going to be different solutions that need to exist to address whatever challenge they're facing. With those challenges, as far as addressing the client needs, can create complexity in business. From a WideOrbit standpoint, there's a recognition that we can do one of a couple of things. One is that we can provide a solution ourselves, a product potentially to address whatever that need is. Let's call that streaming as an example. Let's call that programmatic. WideOrbit's trying to provide best of breed products to be able to address those things. At the same time, recognizing that companies will often have already in place certain systems or solutions that they're comfortable with, but that WideOrbit also acts as a very key or core system, be that the traffic system, the system of record itself, that they may want to actually integrate with. And so one of the things that's been very clearly stated of recent is that WideOrbit's open for business. We recognize that we're able to provide a suite of solutions that if you want to play within the WideOrbit suite, they'll fully integrate and play together. Or alternatively, if you've got a system that you're using to fulfill a need that you've got, WideOrbit will actually now integrate with those to once again address your need in the easiest way.
What sort of systems?
Yeah, some of those would be, let's call them the CRM that they may be using, the business intelligence BI tool that they may actually be utilizing as well. Others may in fact be programmatic solutions, other streaming solutions as well that may in fact be a competitor to WideOrbit, but at the same time that's already ingrained within that business. WideOrbit traffic is typically the core billing system of record for a lot of for most of the terrestrial linear world, and so recognizing that we need to be able to play with these other providers to make it easier for companies to be able to affect their business.
And Tim, finally, you came from the TV world not too long ago.
I did.
Give us your thoughts about sort of the opportunities and challenges of the industry, of the local TVs, and where do you think they can leverage their value and grow their businesses, and how do you sort of see their needs and their opportunities over the next 12 to 18 months?
It's a great question, and I think many may actually turn to the negative side simply because of this fragmentation and competition that comes in. I think to take the contrarian view and look at it from a positive standpoint, local stations have an amazing opportunity to be able to meet the needs of their local clients. They're close to them, they understand what their needs are, being able to bring together both the audience and the advertiser so that they can execute on that and actually fulfill the needs of both parties, especially the advertiser that's in that local market, meeting the needs of a local client. When we look at the future of where local broadcast is going, especially as it relates to the TV side with ATSC 3.0 and looking at that individual addressability, what better opportunity do we now have for local companies to be able to come in and properly bring together those local advertisers with their local clients, specifically targeted, not simply just the broad brush approach. In competition then, when you're looking at some of the digital aspects, which I guess have the ability to be fully attributed, so now that attribution will also be able to come across into the TV world, where full metrics, will actually be available other than simply a ratings type system.